Yeah. All right. Action. So, essay writing for IELTS. The word essay, I just talked about it. The reason why we call it an essay, it's a short piece of writing. By short, yeah, to you guys would look long, because when you want to take a test and you have to write 250 words, for example, for IELTS, or about 300 to 500 words for CAE, this might look and sound long. But actually, writings, academic writings were much longer. And still, if you want to write a scholarly paper, it's around 20 pages. If you want to write dissertation or your thesis, that's going to be even longer. It's going to be chapters, so on and so forth. But one piece of writing, that's around, with limited words, a limited word count of 250 for IELTS, for example, minimum, to 300 to 500 for other tests such as CAE, that's an essay. Usually academic in nature, and the person you're writing to is a professor or somebody who sits there and wants to read it. And sometimes you write it in class. We have different types of essays, of course. We have opinion essays, when you have to write about your opinion about something. We have descriptive essays, when you have to describe something, describe your country, describe your hometown, describe your city, describe your feelings. A narrative essay, when you narrate a story, like the story of a movie or something. Cause and effect. I guess everyone knows cause and effect. Causes and effects. And the one thing is, sometimes speaking of cause and effect, we call it cause or effect. Because one essay is too short to talk about causes and effects. We usually focus on causes or effects in a short essay. We'll talk about that a bit. And then, of course, we have compare and contrast. You have to compare and contrast. It could be two opinions, two ideas, two statements. It could be the advantages and disadvantages. But we have here advantages and disadvantages of a system, of a thing, of two things. We compare and contrast. So we have some websites give us agree or disagree, cause and effect, compare, contrast, problems and solutions, advantages, disadvantages. When you're talking about problems and solutions, you're talking about causes and effects, right? When you're talking about advantages and disadvantages, you're talking about compare and contrast. Agree or disagrees again? Compare and contrast. Do you agree or disagree? So, for IELTS, there are two very popular forms of essays. They either give you a statement, they say, most of the students are becoming lazier and lazier these days. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? There's a statement. Yes? Technology has made life a lot easier for everyone across the board. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this? And then it tells you to bring your own reasons. Talk about it. Or it says, some people believe colleges are a lot better than universities. Some people believe in going to college, others prefer to go to university. We talked about it. Which one do you prefer? Discuss both views and say which one you prefer. Bring your reasons and also mention personal examples or things from your personal experience. So these are two popular ones. There's a statement, do you agree or disagree? Agreement, disagreement. Compare and contrast between two things. You should talk about advantages, disadvantages. Also state your own opinion. These are two top major things for IELTS. Now for other tests, it's different. For example, in CAE, IELTS academic testing. So IELTS, of course, when it comes to writing, two tasks, right? Task one, what is task one? Talked about it already. Graphs, charts, pie charts, line graphs. The second part is essays, writing an essay. Now, general, first part is letter writing. The second part is essay writing. Okay. Speaking of essay writing in IELTS, and speaking of the tasks, when we have two tasks, which task should you do first if you're taking IELTS tomorrow? My recommendation is task 2 first. Okay, so there are two tasks, task 1, task 2. It's better to do task 2 first. Why? Double the time, double the score. You have, how long do you have for writing tasks in Ielts? 1 hour, 60 minutes. 2 tasks. The first one is 20 minutes, the second one is 40 minutes. The second one is graphs, and you can get lost in a graph. The second one, which is more important, double the score, 40 minutes. You're more familiar with that, and you can do a good job. I'll give you tips on writing the second task, but first, today, the focus is the essay itself. So when you're doing the Ielts test, no matter which one the essay is, the first thing that you have is a question topic, right? So that question topic is what you have, question topic. I'll write Q topic here. You have a Q topic. This question topic has different parts. These parts, every part is a what? Is a task. So this is the question. Some people say this, others say this. Now it's telling you what to do. It says discuss both views, discuss both views. This is my T1, task 1, that I should achieve for this. Views. State your own opinion. State your opinion. Task 2. Then examples. Bring examples. Give examples. And state facts from your personal knowledge. Facts from personal knowledge. Maybe. So the topic sentence for your Ielts is, some people prefer to go to college. Others prefer to go to university. Fine. Discuss both views. So the first thing I should do is discuss both views. And after that, so I should discuss both views. And then state my own opinion. And then give examples. And also facts from my personal knowledge. Now, one major problem, we talked about it, with most Ielts candidates is that, what happens? They do task 1. Instead of 20 minutes, they spend more. 25 minutes, 30, because it's kind of complicated. When they get to task 2, they don't have much time. What happens is, they don't read the question very well. Yes. I can say more than 80% of Ielts candidates, the students who take the test, and I've said it over and over again, they don't read the question very well. So the problem number 1 in doing tests is that we don't understand the question. Also in speaking, that's usually the problem. Remember yesterday? What do you do? I used to be. You can't say I used to be when somebody asks you, what do you do? Even if right now you're not working, you used to work. You say, I used to be, but now I'm like this. The question is now. So Ielts usually, remember, the topic question is hard to understand. It's not like this, usually. It's analytical. And because it's analytical, it's not like, all right, I look at it, I know, let's start writing. No, you should underline. Or you will be just, beating around the bush and not answering it. So the first thing the examiner looks at is the task achievement. And the task achievement is, number 1, how many words do you have? Do you have 250 words? Number 2, whether or not you address the question. Different parts of the question. How many parts? So you should underline A, B, C, D. I was given 4 tasks. I should do every one of them. I should discuss both views. I should state my opinion. Examples. So, if it tells me personal example or personal knowledge, I should give examples. And personal knowledge is, what? My cousin went there. I know personally because I come from that city, in my school, in my town. This is a personal example. Or something from my personal knowledge. Are we good with that? So the first things first. And it sounds dumb, and it looks stupid, and it looks very obvious. But I don't know, it's so obvious that 80% of the people get it wrong. Good people, I mean like people who are really good, they go to Ielts, they lose mark over this because they don't understand the question.